Spring signals graduation season and commencement speech time, but one phrase proving wildly unpopular.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution.
From a tech business executive to a music industry titan, AI clearly striking a sore spot.
AI is rewriting production as we sit here. Deal with it. Like I said, it's a tool.
At the University of Arizona, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt faced loud jeers on the topic.
The question is whether you will help shape artificial intelligence. We do not know.
Can I just say, like, can you imagine you're in the hole to the tune of like $150,000 to go to a 4-year institution, and this is how they reward you at your culmination by having some crusty ass Silicon Valley executives brag about how AI is going to make you irrelevant to the workforce. These people are so out of touch, it blows my mind. Okay, but right now the artificial intelligence industry is totally driving the stock market. And that might be a problem, might be overvalued. But for all of their successes, AI companies face one huge problem. Americans don't seem to like them very much. I would be one of them. And it's hard to blame Americans for feeling this way because after all, they're hearing comments like those made by Bill Winters, the CEO of a bank called Standard Chartered. So yesterday he explained that the bank is planning to cut almost 8,000 jobs from its support staff. Then he said this: it's not cost cutting, it's replacing in some cases lower value human capital with the financial capital and the investment capital we're putting in. Bill Winters is a garbage person. You're a garbage person. You want to maximize your profits by doing away with human labor, and that's what this is. That's all this is. Winters, by the way, had to apologize in a memo to bank employees. Imagine being an executive of a company and saying crap like this when you still have, human employees that you seem to think or happen to be a drag on your precious profit. When is enough enough? When is enough enough? I just want to be able to pay my bills and maybe buy myself a nice dress on Poshmark here and there. These people, it's never enough for them. It's never enough. They could go vacation in Sorrento every single day for the rest of their lives, but they have enough money for that already. But in their minds, it's still not enough. Anyway, ironically, prior to those comments, Winters was attempting to reassure his employees that adopting AI would totally be a net positive. It wouldn't harm them in any way, shape, or form. Some roles will reduce, others will grow, and new ones will emerge, Winters said in an earlier memo to staff. He said the bank would try to redeploy and retain workers and handle job losses with respect and care. No one believes him, nor should they. Now, obviously mixed messaging, and it's mixed because he's trying to cover for the terrible things he said earlier. At the end of the day, he's looking to rid his company of human workers so he can, save on costs, maximize profits. That's how companies work. Americans are pretty clear on how they feel about AI. Let's dive into the latest Quinnipiac University poll that was conducted. Actually, this was conducted in March. It showed that 55% of Americans think AI will do more harm than good in their day-to-day lives, while 34% think AI will do more good than harm, with 11% not offering an opinion. 74% of Americans think the government is not doing enough to regulate the use of AI, while 13% think the government is doing enough. Another 13% not offering an opinion. And 70% of Americans think advancements in AI are likely to lead to a decrease in the number of job opportunities for people. Just 7% think they are likely to lead to an increase. Those people are high on something, and I want some of it. 18% think advancements in AI will not make much of a difference. Those people are also delusional. So look, I've been reading stories about how much more advanced AI has gotten to a point where, you set them up to compete with each other and they'll literally start scouring the internet for like opposition research or dirt on like a specific person to destroy their reputation. I mean, think about it. If they're self-learning and they're supposed to be far more intelligent than, I don't know, sincere intelligence, real intelligence, as opposed to artificial intelligence, yeah, they're gonna cause harm aside from stealing people's jobs. And those numbers are almost identical across white and blue collar workers, by the way, because I think white collar workers woke up to the fact that companies be looking to replace your asses too. It's just the truth. Those coders, they were the first to go. And they're not blue collar workers. In fact, coders are the ones who probably listen to the advice of Democratic politicians like Hillary Clinton about, certain industries no longer being in vogue. Just go learn to code. These kids go to learn to code and graduate into an economy where there's no more jobs because of the very industry they work in developing artificial intelligence. It's great, isn't it? So that's what we're dealing with when it comes to AI. Trump has totally minimized the impact it's going to have on the American people in the workforce, which you shouldn't be surprised about, because when he was asked if he thinks about the financial situations of Americans when he's making decisions about the war against Iran, he says, no, not at all. I never think about it. And it shows.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.